And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
J.J. Redick, acquired by the Clippers going into last season. A great fit, but injuries really held him back. First, surgery to repair ligaments in his wrist, then a bulged disc in his lower back. Ended up playing just 35 games in the regular season.
Clippers trail by 21. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Bledsoe is joined in the backcourt by Dragic. The Morris brothers fill up the forward spots. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Phoenix.
You know, one of the big stories has been the three ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And they're also finding easy points from the free throw line, Clark. This is a team that is attacking, getting fouled. And making it pay.
And the Suns here with a different look. And so he makes both from the line. That'll be a 5-second call.
That's really a good picture of what not to do on those last two possessions. I mean, they're being way too casual with the ball.
Yeah, it's going to cost them if they keep it up. They need to get back to playing efficient basketball.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Jordan, the rim-rattling two-handed jam. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
They have given away 4 points in this quarter because of their turnovers.
And you knew if they didn't take care of the ball, this lead would start to shrink, and that's exactly what's happening, guys.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth, and he commits the intentional foul.
I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Look at the game for Redick. 10 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
And both free throws good for Redick.
The Clippers started out as a good team last year, but they never seemed to be content with what they had. They added vet after vet as the season progressed and really made some nice additions.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's the three, and that one's good. Redick's got 5 points now in the quarter. And the Clippers' depth was a big help for him in the first round as the bench provided, I thought, Clark, a good punch for him against the Golden State Warriors.
You know, that's true, but they just didn't have enough in the tank to get by the Thunder in that second round of the playoffs and what was really, I thought, an entertaining back-and-forth series.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
The Phoenix Suns franchise with the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Maybe we shouldn't have been surprised with their resurgent play last season. This is a franchise that throughout its history has found ways to win.
2 shots.
The free throw drops for Redick. Well, when you look at the Suns 2 seasons ago, their worst winning percentage since the team's inaugural season, Clark, back in 1968.
And at that time, their 3rd straight season missing the playoffs. That hadn't happened since the 80s, but boy, did they bounce back in a big way.
Yeah, they were tough last year, you're right.
You know, the Phoenix Suns have actually drawn a lot of influence from the Boston Celtics. They've hired several personnel people in the management and on the coaching staff from the Celtics organization, and they've even implemented the Tom Thibodeau-style defensive system that originated with that Celtic club back in the day.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. When you talk about the Celtics and their connection with the Suns, both franchises with great histories. Boston with the league-leading 17 championships, but Phoenix, this may surprise some, with the 4th best win percentage all time.
Yeah, that is surprising. Did not know that little nugget. And, you know, last season, though, they missed the playoffs for the 4th straight season, Kevin. That hadn't happened since '75, right around the team's founding. Suns fans are really accustomed to playoff basketball out there.
You know, it's interesting. Chris Paul possessing great quickness, and yet his natural inclination is not to push the pace. He tends to prefer to operate in the half court, running the pick and roll.
That one misses. We talk about Paul's preference to play in the half court. Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan Clark tend to flourish in the open floor.
And to me, Kevin, it's really about finding that balance, the right balance. But a good sign for the Clippers has been Blake's development as a half-court offensive weapon. Shooting it better, facing the basket, he's shooting it better with his back to the basket, and he's making his free throws at a higher rate, so that lends itself to being a little more effective in the half-court.
Good observation. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Chris Paul with the best assist-to-turnover ratio in the league last season and led the league in steals per game as well for the 6th time in his career. You talk about the impact he has on a game. I mean, those numbers don't lie.
He's off on the first. And Chris Paul's strength so underrated. When you talk about his ability, Clark, to protect the ball offensively and create steals at the other end, that plays a big role, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, strength is so valuable, no matter what position you play. And being a smaller point guard, his strength and quickness allow him to always be on balance. You rarely see Chris Paul out of control or off balance, and that's part of his brilliance and greatness.
And an intentional foul right there.
Matt Barnes, really a good glue guy. Rebounds, defends. He's got better with his outside shot, and he can really run the lane. And he's always had a toughness and a fearlessness that I think a lot of coaches love.
And the first one at the line is good. And you look at advanced plus-minus measurements, Matt Barnes rates very well.
Not surprised by that, Kevin. He brings so much energy at both ends of the floor. He does a lot of those little intangible things that don't always show up on the stat sheet. You know, the Clippers had really good depth at the guard positions, but last season their lack of depth along the front line was a real problem. One they hope has been solved this season.
Now here's Dragic. 6 to shoot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And looking at the Clippers bench, maybe the strongest in the NBA 2 seasons ago.
Well, the Bledsoe trade weakened their bench, but it strengthened their starting lineup. But a winning team in Los Angeles with a players coach like Doc Rivers, I mean, you knew they'd be able to find some help.
And that's an intentional foul.
That's his 4th personal foul. Penalty situation. Shooting for Los Angeles, Chris Paul. At the line for 2.
Free throw good, Paul.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Both free throws good from Paul.
Kevin, it's really unusual to see him struggle from the line. Maybe that trip will get him back on track.
Bledsoe with it. Just 5 to shoot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Clippers ball.
Now here's Paul. And now we've got the intention. Foul. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Los Angeles.
Guys, they've done a nice job of drawing countless fouls in this game, and as a result, they've gotten a ton of points at the line.
The other thing they're doing, guys, is forcing turnovers and then creating points offensively as a result.
And he makes the first.
Looking at the game for Paul, he has 8 points, and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
Well, and he's got this team in such a good groove right now. The way he's moving the ball and passing, getting everybody involved, they're in a great flow.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix, Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Markieff Morris. Green comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Eric Bledsoe. And Paul drills both of them.
You know, before this recent streak, the last time the Suns went more than a season without making the playoffs was way back in 1988. Think just how long it's been for them not to be in the playoffs in more than a year. Wow, impressive.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. And so they foul intentionally.
Isaiah Thomas. That's his 3rd personal foul. Penalty situation. At the line for your Clippers, Chris Paul. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Well, this last season was the Clippers' 30th in Los Angeles, and for a team that's long played in the Lakers' shadow, for the 2nd season in a row, the Clippers were the best team in L.A.
Morris is checked in for the Suns. And he makes both free throws.
And for the Clippers, in their 30 years in L.A., folks, only 6 times have they finished the regular season with a better winning percentage than the Lakers. Man, it's been domination by the Lakers out there in L.A. land. So Clipper fans are hoping that this is a sign of things to come going forward for their team, the Clippers.
Clock at 4. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
The Clippers trail. And guys, for the Clippers, acquiring coach Doc Rivers from the Celtics in exchange for a draft pick. In Boston, he'd been the 2nd longest tenured coach in the league after Greg Popovich.
You know, but rather than rebuild, I think he wanted to go for another ring in L.A. He's got a lot of authority, final say on personnel decisions. So Doc has really put his stamp on this team.